Good afternoon. As you can tell, I changed the title of it. It's a change it to Pavement Management Information System only. So to cover all the changes we made to PMIS last year. So with me is Magdi Mikhail. Magdi is over the PMIS branch in the maintenance division. He helped me put this slide together. Before we start, a little bit of history about PMIS. As you know, we started working on it back in 1990 in response to a federal mandate that by 1993, every state agency needs to have a pavement management system. So sure enough, in 1993, we came live, we had the PMIS system. It's an expansion to the pavement evaluation system, the PES. And it's a mainframe system. One of the main output that comes out of it is really the condition score. It just barely tells us what the condition of our pavement. And it's a score between 0 and 100. And it's equal to the distress score, cracking, rutting, patching, and then times the ride factor. And that's where I'm not sure that's clear how the ride plays a factor in the condition score. So I'm gonna go over there, and it depends on traffic. For ADT less than 500, you have to have a ride score below 2.5 to affect your condition score. 2.5 on a scale from 0 to 5. So this is important sometimes when we tell our maintenance supervisors and maintenance employees to take care of the pavement, to improve the scores. It's important for them to know how the ride affects the score. For example, if we have a low volume road that has a ride score of 2.6, now that's low. But if it doesn't matter how much we go and improve the ride, it doesn't affect the condition score. And that's something they need to know that because we ask them to take care of the pavement network. Again, for ADT between 500 and 3,000, the ride has to be below 3.0 to affect the condition score. And for ADT above 3,000, the ride has to be below 3.5 to affect the score. That's important. I mean, so they need to know if you have two roadways, one is low ADT, one is high ADT, we need to go in there and work on the road that was a high ADT to improve the ride on it. So I think that's the important part. So anyway, again, the PMIS was developed in 1993. It's a mainframe system. It's the Roscoe, DCIS, and all we get out of the report that tell us the condition of the pavement. So we have to go to the report, know where the reference marker is. We don't know what that is, in relation to the road and all that, and then to find out what the condition of the roadway is. So at that time, Craig Cox, that works in the pavement section and design division, developed MapZapper. Craig was not an engineer. He was a good employee, smart employee. He developed the MapZapper. And MapZapper is a Microsoft Access application. It downloads PMIS data from the mainframe and links that to ArcGIS to generate maps. And that's really what everybody was looking for. We need to see the pavement condition on a map. We need to see it. We just don't want to report. So and then it has gone through 2 full rewrites and then more than 50 upgrades. That's the MapZapper. Craig Cox retired about 5 years ago, and nobody else knows MapZapper. And now, so the district that use MapZapper, they're the one that trying to use the data, and they can't, if they have any question about it, they can't help it. I mean, they can't do it. So anyway, that's what, so what changes last year we made to PMIS? The first change was we moved from mainframe and MapZapper to to PA, to payment analyst. What is payment analyst and PA? It's a payment management system. It does mapping, the ability to do query and extract the data. It can export the data to Excel and other programs. And the last part is the enhanced analytical capability is really what every year we used to use one of our universities to do the analysis for us. And now we can do that in-house. And the next presentation on that, Tom is going to talk about the payment analyst. The second change we made last year, we moved from visual data collection to automated data collection. And what happened when we did that? What happened to the percent of lane miles in good and better statewide? From FY16, where we used the visual data collection, 87.32% of our roadway were in good and better condition. In FY17, it went down to 84.65%. That's a drop of 2.67. And I think that the main reason for that is that with the automated data collection, we were able to pick up all the defects and distresses in the payment. That's the big change. That's the big drop, 2.67. The third change we made, we reduced the effect of patching on the condition score. Again, this PMIS was developed, back in 1993 we started using it. And since then, we've been discussing a lot of things we need to change to it, but we haven't made it till last year. But the patching is that when we go out and call patching was damaging to the condition score. We still collect distress in the patch. We still collect cracking, rutting, and other distress types in the patch. So we're double whammy. So when we get patching in there, it was hurting our condition score. Here's a curve, the bottom one or the blue one, as you can see in there, as the patching increases, percent patching increases in the section, so the distress score goes down. And as you get to the bottom, 50% or more, the curve is flat. So if you have a section with just more than 50% patching in it, your distress score is 63. And that's the best it can be. So the condition score is the best it can be at 63. The problem we have is that that's damaging. I mean, because we used to do a lot of blade level up in the Brownwood district. Most of our patching blade level up to improve the ride and do stuff. But yet it tell us, you go in there, fix the road, your score goes down. So anyway, we changed that. So now with the new curve we developed, if you have more than 50% patching on a section, is that your score, your distress score is actually 78. So what happened now when we did that? How much did we reduce the effect of patching statewide? Percent of lane mile, good and better. From FY17, no adjustments to patching, 84.65 of our roadways are in good or better condition. If we adjust for patching, that goes up to 86.18%. That's an increase of 1.53%. The last major thing we changed is we added the severe rutting distress. And again, those changes we've been talking about for a long time, but we had an opportunity last year to make them all at one time. So we added the severe rutting. The way what we had before, if you look in there, we have shallow rutting from 0.25 inches to 0.49 inches. That's shallow rutting. The deep rutting, we have it from 0.5 inches to 0.99 inches. we did not have severe rutting. So if you have a rut, if you have a section that have 100% rutting between 1 inch and 1.99 inches, it got a score of 100. It's a gap we missed when we developed the PMIS. We did not have the severe rutting in there. So we added the severe rutting. And then more than 2 inches is a failure. And basically what we did for the severe rutting, we just went ahead and took the average of the deep rut and the failure rutting. And the severe is an average of the two. So that's what you see here, between 1.1 and 1.99 is the average of the deep rutting and the failure. And what happened that when we did that, there were about 300 lane miles of roadways that had severe rutting. So we were able to pick up some of the severe rutting. So in summary, the changes we made last year to PMAS, we've gone from mainframe and MapZapper to pavement analyst. We moved from visual data collection to automated data collection. We reduced the effect of patching on condition score, and then we added the severe rutting. And at the end, we statewide, with FY16, we went from 87.32 to 86.18% lane miles in good or better condition. That's a drop of 1.14. So we lost about 2.67 or so from the visual collection. We gained some from the patching. Overall, we went down about 1.14%. That's my presentation. I don't know if we have any time for comments or questions. Steve?
I have two questions. On your first point about the low ADT and how ride affects it having to be below 2.5, is there been any consideration given to using easels rather than ADT? Because if you've got, even though you may have a low ADT, if you've got quite a few easels on that roadway and you've got a real rough ride, that dynamic loading of those heavy easels is going to have a pretty significant effect on the condition of the roadway.
You want me to repeat the question? Okay, Steve's question is that instead of ADT for the ride, did we look at easels? And that's a good question, Steve. We did not. We were trying to make it as simple as possible. And Magdi, did we ever? I mean, we may have. Magdi?
Well, Steve, we have a problem with the accuracy of the easels, the number of wind stations that we have around the states. So it's hard to kind of develop condition scores calculations based on easels. I think we have a better handle on ADT than easels.
Okay. And my next question, right quick, was there any consideration given to adding edge conditions in the pavement evaluation score, particularly like severe drop-off or maybe down in the energy sector in South Texas where you've got the deep rutting on the edge of the roadway?
That's a good question too, Steve. No, we did not. That's not. Oh, the question is, I guess I can hear it. I don't know what the problem is. So I don't know why. Steve's question, and it's a good question. When we have a lot of roadways that are 18 feet wide or 20 feet wide, and you drive those big trucks in the energy sector, and you damage the edge. Is there a way, should we consider the edge failure? I mean, we can, edge distress, part of the problem. We don't have it currently. Magdi, what do we have for we have edge distress? I mean, edge cracking, what do we have now?
We have a code for it to report it, and if it's any damage within the stripe is accounted for, whether rot or failure or edge breakdowns. Outside, the stripe is not accounted.
That's right. We are picking up the ride now. The ride, one thing we changed also last year, the ride used to be, the rutting, we used the 8-foot bar. Now we're going with the visual, we're going to 12 foot. That's right. So that will pick up 12 feet of pavement. So if you have writing in there, I know they pick it up. But you're talking about the raveling and other stuff,
Well, I was talking about the severe edge drop.
severe edge drop off and
Some of
everything,
those
yeah,
low-lying roads, they don't even have edge striping.
yeah. And yeah, that's, yeah, I mean, we don't have that, Steve, the drop off is not part of the equation.